Obedience Online Academy tutorial. Thanks for watching our YouTube online. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, do well to press the subscribe button and the notification bell in order to be able to serve more people better. Please remember to share this video with your friends, colleagues, and relatives. God bless you. Amen. And today we are going to be starting what? Tutorial on JAMB 2020. And it is better we start tutorial as early as possible so as to be able to prepare very well for the what? For the exam. As the saying says, a stitch in time saves 9. And today we are going to be considering the subject mathematics, and the topic in particular is differential calculus. Differential calculus. We are talking about differential calculus. Differential calculus has to do with two variables, and these two types of variables are known as what? Dependent and independent what? Variable. For example, now if I have a function representing like y is equal to what? 2x. Y is equal to 2x. Y equal to 2x. There are two variables here. The variable here are the two letters here, and this letter represents what? Can represent any number. So we can see that we have y and x, but y here is called dependent what? Dependent variable, and this x here is called independent variable. Why is it dependent? Why is the y dependent and what? X independent. You can see that y is equal to 2x. Now the value of y depends on what? On x. For example, if I say let x equal to 1, then y will be equal to 2 into bracket 1. So y equal to 2. If I say let x equal to 2, y will be equal to 2 into bracket 2, y equal to 4. It means that as x is changed, as x is being increased, y also is increased. So that's what we call what? Changes. And changes in what? In variables, what we call what? Is what we call derivative. For example, now you can see that changes in x result in what? In changing in y. So that's what we call derivative. That is delta. Since we call it delta, that is changes. So it means that changes in x gives changes in what? In y, and that is the summary of what? Of differentiation. On differentiation, that is also summary of differentiation. And you can see that the delta what? Y change with respect to what? Delta what? X. That is, there is a change in y, otherwise change in what? X. And this is the symbol of what? Of a differential what? Calculus. The y dx. So the y dx, the y means what? Y minus y2 in some cases, in many cases. So over x2 minus what? x1. Now, what are things you need to know as far as this differential calculus in JAMB is concerned? The first thing you need to know is you need to know the what we call the standard derivative. The standard derivative. We have something called standard derivative. And before we go into standard derivative, let me just give you a general function that will enable you to know how to use this derivative in what? In exam. Now, for example, now you have a function like a function y equal to what? Equal to ax raised to the power what? N. This is a function, this is a type of function. If I want to find derivative of this y, as I want to differentiate this y with respect to x. Now look at this. Y is, what does this a and n represent? A is the coefficient, and n is the power, or we call it index. So now So if I want to write the differential of this now, it will be what? dy dx, that is change the y with respect to what? X is equal to what? N times a will be what? A dot n, that is that dot means multiplication. X raised to power n, then you remove 1 from what? From the power, minus 1. So that's how you do it. You use the power to multiply the coefficient, then you remove 1 from the what? From the power. So we have what? A n x raised to power n minus 1. So this is how to write the differential of this one, of this function. Now there are standard derivatives as I said that you need to know for the exam sake. You need to know them offhand because JAMB, we have no limited time and you have to answer questions at the what? As fast as possible. So that's why you have to know this derivative offhand. So I'll quickly rush into what? Into that standard derivative before we go into the questions we have before. So standard derivative that you need to know. Standard derivative that you need to know. Standard derivative that you need to know. We have what? We have, and just try to, let's do them. Okay. So we have function f equal to function of x, then the derivative y equal to function of x, then the derivative. Very well. Now, function of what? Y equal to function of x, the derivative, the y over dx. Y equal to function of x, the y over what? The x. Now, the first derivative is what? When you have x to the power n, x to the power n, so that is power function. It means n times 1. Then it will give what? Nx raised to power nx raised to power n minus 1. That is what? The derivative. Now, if I have another function of what? This exponential function. E raised to power x. But in differentiate this, we are going to have e raised to power what? X. And we are going to have e raised to power x. Now, another function that you need to know is that when you have also e raised to power kx, it's only the constant that will come down. The constant will now become k e raised to power what? Ks. The constant will come here. It will be k e raised to power ks. So that's another function. Also, we have another function. We call it in x. In x, the what? The derivative of in x gives you what? 1 all over what? X. Very, very important. 1 all over what? X. 1 all over x. 1 over x. Another function is what? A raised to power x. A raised to power x. A raised to power x. A raised to power x give you what? A raised to power x is as ln a. That's another function that you need to know. As ln what? A. And another function that we need to also consider is function, the what? The trig function. These are trigonometry what? Function like sine, cosine, tan, cot, cosec, sec, and so on and so forth. So we have the first one is sine x. What's the derivative of sine x? We have cos x. The derivative of sine x is cos x. The derivative of cos x is minus sine x. You need to take note of that. The derivative of sine x is cos x. The derivative of cos x is minus sine x. And the derivative of tan x is sec square x. Sec square x. The derivative of cot s is cot square s. Cot, okay, is cosec square x. Cosec square x. So these are the major derivative. You still have the derivative of what? Of sec. Like now to have this is sec x, now will be what? Will be sec s tan x. Others you can derive it using these trig functions. So these are the major standard derivatives that you must be able to recall in the exam. And these are things that will help you to be able to solve the problem as fast as possible. Now let's go into the questions that we have today. It said if x is equal to 2 plus 3t, bracket close, bracket open, 5t plus 4, find the differential of x with respect to what? To t, when t is equal to 4/5 seconds. Now, the first question says you find what? The differential of x with what? With t. X is equal to, bracket open, 2 plus 3 what? T, bracket close, 5t plus 4. Now, if we are asked to differentiate this problem, then substitute t for 4/5 and you get your answer. And how do you do? The first thing is to expand this bracket because it will give you a lot of problem if you are to You can use product rule, but I will advise you to expand the bracket first. Expand the bracket. And how do you expand the bracket? The bracket is s is equal to what? Now 2 into bracket 5t. You bring it out. You have 2 into bracket. You bring this first 2 out and use this to multiply the second bracket. 2 into bracket 5t plus 4 bracket close plus 3t over bracket 5t plus 4 bracket close. And let's multiply it out. S is equal to what? 10t plus 8 plus, because 2 times 4 is 8, 3t times 5t. 3 times 5 is what? 15. T times 3 is t squared plus 3t times 4 will give what? 12t. So we have x is equal to, we have what? 15t squared. Now plus 10t plus what? 10t plus 12t plus what? 8. So we have x is equal to 15t squared plus 22t plus 8. 22t plus 8. Now this is the what? This is the expansion, what we get from the expansion of this. Now let's differentiate this now. Now the x with the t is going to be what? Now you want to 2 times 15, it will give you 30. T 2 minus 1, it will give you what? 9t plus, now this one is power 1. 1 times 22 is what? 22. 1 minus 1, it will give you what? 0. 1 minus 1 will give you what? 0. Okay, we give you 0. Now, and give you 0, this one become 1. So we have plus 22. This one give you 0. So, and the differential of what? 8 is equal to what? 0. Let me come again. If I want to differentiate this now, this is what I did here. What I did here is this. To differentiate this, how do I differentiate this what? This 15. It will be what? 15 times 2. 3 is plus 2 minus 1 plus 22 times 1. 3 is plus 1 minus 1 plus. Now, this differential of what? The differential of a constant. Constant is any number. Constant is what? Is any number, whether it's 1 million, 2 million, or what? Is the differential will be 0. 0. Please, you can add it to it. The what? The differential, the main function is a constant, that is a number. The differential is what? 0. So now, so that's how we have that. So we have 30, 2 minus 1 will give you t. Now this one will give you what? 22 times what? 22 times 3 raised to power 0. And 3 raised to power 0 is 1. That's why we have this. So this is what we have here now. Now you can say, what will now be the differential when t is equal to what? So when t is equal to 4 all over what? 5. So what do we have as our answer? So you put 4 over 5 inside what? Inside what? Inside the derivative that we have. We have 30 in the bracket 4 over 5 plus 22. Now this 5 in 1, 5 here, 6. 6 times 4 is what? 24. We have 24 plus 22. We have, what do we have? We have 6, 46. 646. So take 646. The answer is 2. This. So that's that. Y is equal to what? 3 cos 4x. Find the y, the what? X. Also a JAMB question. JAMB question. Now, how do you go about this? How do you go about this? This is a little bit different from the other one. The other one was what? Was like a power what? A power function. But this one is a trig function. You can see cos here. Trig function. This is a trig function. No, and even though it is also even though it's a trig function, it's also a function of function. It has trig function, it has power function. This is trig function because it has what? It has what? It has power function for x. So it means that it is two functions. That's why we call it function of what? Function. Function of function. It has what? It has two functions. The cos function and what? And the power function. So how do you want? How do you do function of function? How do you do function of function? What you just need to do is that you need to break it down. You need to simplify it. So y is equal to what? 3 cos 4x. Now represent this word power function with another what? Letter, so as to simplify your problem. So how do you go about that? Let what? Let u equal to 4x. Let u equal to what? 4x. So if u equal to 4x, now your function now becomes what? Y equal to 3 cos u. 3 cos u. Your function becomes 3 what? 3 cos u. So if that be the case, and how do you go about it from here now? Then you can now use function of function. Now differentiate this u with what? Respect to x now. So when differentiate this one with respect to the u with respect to x. Now this one has power of 1. 1 times 4. We have what? 4. 4 times 1. That is 4 times 1 is 4. X minus x power 1 minus 1. Now this one becomes 0. Definitely x power 0 is 1. So everything we have there is what? Just 4. Just 4. So the u dx give us what? 4. Now let's now differentiate what? Y with respect to what? U. So now dy, okay, let me use this space. Dy du. Dy du equal to, now look at this. This is just a constant, but you can still use what? Product u. Just differentiate this constant now. Bring this constant out, differentiate what? U. So now we have what? 3 differential of what? Differential of cos x. Differential of cos u rather, sorry. Differential of what? Cos what? U. Now, so what do we have? Plus, this product of u here, plus cos u differential of what? Differential of 3. We have what? This is 3. Now, differential of what? Of cos u will give you what? Minus sine u. Minus sine u. Plus, now this, the differential of what? Of 3 is 0. Is 0. So it cancels everything here. Because it's 0, everything here will become what? 0. This one become what? Plus 0. So we have 3 times minus what? Minus sine u now we have what? Minus 3 sine u. So that is the differential. That is the differential of what? Of y. So we have minus 3 sine u. I hope this is what we call product what? We are still going to use it later. This is what we call product what? What I use here is just product rule. But you don't need to what? To go through the product rule if you know that this is a constant. So just differentiate this one only. But I want to show you how to, you are still going to know how to use this product rule in details. But if you don't want to go through the stress of it, just differentiate this what? So you know that this is a constant. Differentiate what? This cos u. And cos u on the table I give on the standard derivative, cos is minus sine. So that's why I have a minus sine u here. So multiply by a constant 3, which is what? Minus 3 sine u. So that's how we get that. Now after we've gotten that, now you have to combine the two together because we call it function of function. And what does function of function mean? It means that now we can only get our dy dx now. Now dy dx now will be obtained by saying du over dx. What we get here, multiplied by what? Dy over du. Now you can see du will cancel what? Du will cancel what? Du. So I will still have going to have what? I'm still going to have what? Dy dx back. So now let's leave that one now and just substitute what your du is. What's your du? So we have 4. What du over dx is what? 4. And your dy over du is what? Your dy over du is what? Minus what? Minus 3 sine u. So the final answer is what? 4 times minus 3 will be minus 12 sine u. Final answer. So what's sine u? What is u? Over u is 4x. So we have what? Minus 12 sine 4x. 4x. Is there any option like that here? Yes. Is there any option like that here? Yes. Minus 2 sine 4x. That is option A. Option A. Option A. So that's that about that. So now let's move to the next question, which is a product in itself. This is function of function. So now let's here we have if x sine what? If x sine x, find what? divide the x, divide the x. You can see these are simple what? Differential calculus. Now this is a what? This is a if y. So these are y is equal to x sine x. Now this is also a two function. It's also a two function. So this function now, we have this function x in power of 1. And this trig function. So, but what we can use there, you can see the relationship between x and sine x is dot. It's like you can say x multiplied by sine x. So that's why it's advisable to use what? Product what? Product rule. What is product rule? Product rule. This is product rule. So the product rule says that whenever you have y equal to uv, where this is function, this is also a function, just like x and sine x. So the differential will be the y, the x of this will now be what? U, the v, the x plus v, the u, the x. So that's that about what? Product rule. That is the u, the v, the x plus v, the u, the x. So let me clear this one. So okay, let me just read it from there before so you are still. So we have what? So now applying this rule now to this question, now, we have what? We have y equal to x sine x. This is what? U, and this is what? V. So now let's apply the rule of what? Product rule. So we have y equal to now. What's my u? X. X d sine x with respect to what? The x. Are you following? So plus sine s with respect to x. So these are u, you put it out with respect to what? V. And these are v, we put a u inside. So that's just it. So with that, we have y is equal to what? X. Now the differential of sine x under the standard derivative is cos x. So x multiplied by cos x. When I use dot, it means multiplication. Plus sine x dot. Now differential of what? X. It means that what? It means 1 is to x is power, it means what? 1 times 1 is power x 1 minus 1. So it means 1 times 1. Because x power minus 1 is equal to 0, so it means 1. So times 1. So your final answer here will not be what? So x times cos x is equal to x cos x plus x sine x times 1 sine x. Final answer. Final answer. That is the final answer. That is the final answer. And you know what to use what to use in the exam. You won't waste much of your time doing this thing. So now, what's the answer here? We rearrange this one. Sine x plus x cos x. So it's just a matter of arrangement. You can arrange right sine x plus x cos x. So this is of x, so it's no multiplication. So this is the answer. The answer is here. So we have what? So we have that is option what? Option B. This one is option A. This one is option D. So question 4 says at what value of x plus the function y equal to minus what? Minus 3 minus 2x plus x squared attain a minimal value. A minimal value. Now, we have function of y equal to minus 3 minus 2x plus what? X squared. Minus 3 minus 2x plus what? X squared. Now, how do we get, we say what value of x does this function attain minimal value? Now, when I talk about what? Minimal value in differential calculus, we are talking about the application aspect of differential calculus. And we are doing this aspect, you have to find the stationary point first. The stationary point is when you find the derivative, the first derivative, the y is what we call first derivative. The y dx is the first derivative because the power of derivative here is 1. So we call the first derivative and you equate it towards 0 to get your stationary what? Your stationary point. Your stationary point. It might be what? It might be 2. So by the 1. So you have to differentiate it and equal to 0 and get your stationary point. So now derivative of the function is second derivative. And when you insert into that second derivative and you obtain negative, then we say y is a maximum at that point. When the second derivative is negative at the point to go from there, we say y is what? Maximum. When you get what? When you get positive number, we say y is minimum. Y is minimum. Y minimum. Or y, so y is minimum. Coming back to this example, so the y is the x of the function above now. So we have minus 3, the function of minus 3 is what? 0, because minus 3 is a constant. So minus 3 is a constant. Now, differentiate this one now, which have is power of 1. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 times x to the power 1 minus 1 minus 1. It becomes x to the power what? X to the power 0. X power 1 minus 1 becomes x power 0. And x power 0 is equal to what? 1. So 1 times 2 is still give us minus 2. So you don't need to repeat that one. So plus 2 times this 1 as I back here. There is 1 here. 2 times 1 here, that is 2. Now 2 minus 1 here is what? Give us what? Give x. So the function that we have here now is what? dy dx is equal to minus 2 plus 2x. Now the next thing we have to do now is now equate it to what? To 0. Equate it to 0. So what we have now? Minus 2 plus 2x equal to what? 0. 2x is equal to what? 2x, take this one to the other side. Plus 2. So we have 0 plus 2. 2x is equal to 2. X equal to what? 1. X equal to what? 1. X equal to 1. So derivative of this one. So this one is derivative of 2x plus 1. Now let's do this one. Open bracket 2x. Open bracket 2x plus 1 close bracket 3x plus 1. How do we go about it? How do we find the derivative? find the derivative. The first thing is to what? Expand the bracket. Y is equal to this value. Expand the bracket. 2x squared. 2x times what? 3x. We have 2 times 2 is what? 6x squared. 2x times 1 is what? Plus 2x. Plus 1 times 3x. Plus 3x. Plus 1 times 1 plus 1. So we have, so this will multiply out. Y is equal to 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. So that's that about that. We have expanded that. So we now find the derivative. The y over the x. That is, now this is 2 times what? 6. That is 12 x squared 2 minus 1. X squared what? 2. 12 x squared 1. 12 x squared 1 plus, this is 1 already. 1 times what? 5 is 5 and x squared what? 0. So the answer here, this we know this one is plus what? 0. So the answer is 12x plus 12 over 1. So it's not 5. So this is the final answer. And you can easily see that one in option D. Option D. Option D. Now find the derivative of sine theta all over cos theta. And this is another sine theta number 2. Sine theta all over cos what? Cos theta. So how do you go about this one? This is what we call, okay, let's write it out first. Find the derivative of y equal to sine theta all over cos theta. Whenever you see something in form of fraction, a fractional function, because that function, you use quotient rule for that what? For that kind of function. The value is all over this division. So we use quotient rule, and quotient rule says that quotient rule says that when you have something like this, the form of u all over what? V. That is when you have y equal to what? U all over V. Then the differential of y with respect to what? X is equal to what? V du over dx minus what? U dv over dx all over V squared. That's what we call quotient rule. Now let's see how it works with this. Now the y dx here now of this function now because your v is cos theta, differential of what? Your u here is sine theta. Put it here, sine theta. Minus what's your u? Sine theta. Differential of what? Your v, which is cos theta all over your v squared, cos theta squared. Cos theta all squared. Cos theta all squared, because it's our v. So the y over dx is equal to y over dx. Y over dx is equal to, now what's differential of cos of sine theta? It will be what? Cos theta times cos theta, because that is the differential of sine theta. So minus sine theta. Now minus sine theta. Now the differential of cos theta is minus sine theta. So multiply by minus sine theta all over y over the x is equal to now cos theta times cos theta will be what? Cos square theta minus now this is, don't forget this, dot minus. So minus times minus will give you what? Plus sine what? Sine square theta all over cos square theta. Now in trig function, cos theta plus sine square theta is 1. So the y over the x is equal to 1 all over cos square theta. So this is 1 all over cos square theta. But note that cos square theta and sin square theta is equal to what? Is equivalent to 1. So that's why I'm writing this one to be 1. That is trig identity. We call it trig identity. So 1 over cos square theta and 1 all over cos square theta, or 1 over cos theta will give you what? Sec theta. It will give you what? Sec theta. So the answer here will now be what? 1 all over cos square theta is what? Sec square theta. Final answer, sec square theta. Do we have it here? Option A. So this one option is D. Option A here is this. Sec square theta. That is the answer. Sec square theta. Sec square theta. So that is if y is equal to open bracket to x plus 2 raised to the power what? 3. Find the y over the x. Now look at this. We have 2x plus 2 raised to the power 3. Find the y there. Now this is also a function of function. There is a function here, there is a function here. Just simplify it. Let u equal to what? 2x plus 2. So the question becomes what? So we have y equal to u. Now the bracket here is what? Is u. So it now will do this power what? 3. So we differentiate u, differentiate y. So u with respect to what? X. So what do we have here now? When you differentiate it to greater than x, definitely you have 2. The answer here is 2. Because 1 times 2 will give you 2. And x becomes what? 1. And so it becomes 0. So we have 2. The differential of this one, the u with respect to what? Sorry, the y with respect to u. What will it give us? It will give us 3 times 1 here will be 3u. Now 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 just will be 2. So that is this differential of this. So now using function of function, the y here that we have to calculate the what? The u over dx multiplied by the y over what? The u over dx is 2 multiplied by what? The y over the u, that is 3u squared. So what's your u? This is 2 times 3 is 6u squared. Now and my u here is, so it is 6 into bracket what? 2x plus 2 into bracket what? Squared. So that is the final answer. That's final answer. So you can write the answer here. Tell me what? 6 into bracket what? 2x plus what? 2x plus 2 all squared. You said you can expand this one. You can go ahead and expand it. So the last one question here is the radius of the circle is increasing at the rate of 0.02 centimeters per second, and define the rate at which the area is increasing when the radius is 7 centimeters. Now you know about this one. He said the radius of the circle, is increasing at rate. Now remember question number 8. Listen very carefully now. This one is also an application, and what you see here is that the rate at which the radius is increasing, that is the rate changing in radius with change in time. So that is what I want to say. Radius is increasing with time is equal to 0.02 centimeter per second. So what would be the rate at which the area is increasing? The area of the circle is increasing. Now, if the radius is 7 centimeters, the radius is 7 centimeters. And how do we go about this one? If the radius is 7 centimeters, so we have to call it out what the big what? The rate at which the area is what? Increasing. The area is increasing. Now you have to call that the area of the circle is pi r what? Pi r square. Then you differentiate it with respect to r. Differentiate the a with respect with the r. What do we have? Pi is a constant. It's just like I was saying 2 over 7. So we're going to differentiate what? So this is 2 times pi. That is 2 times pi r to minus 1. So this one goes 2 pi r. So the r is equal to what? 2 pi r. Now that's what the what? The rate at which the area changes with time. So the a with the t will be equal to the a with the r. And this one you have multiplied by what? The r with what? The t. What is your d? A over dr, which is what? 2 pi r multiplied by the r. The r over what? The t. So this is 22 over 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 0.02. And you see, give us so this one cancel out this. So when you multiply this one is 0.04 multiplied by what? 22. 0.04 multiplied by 22. So the answer will give us, the answer is this, this 0.88 centimeter square per second. Yes. So that's about that. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, please, I will encourage you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us to propagate this channel, and in order to be able to serve